Hi, I'm Dave Puckett. I'm here today to talk to you about the Resude Corporation and why you might consider investing. CrowdFunder has recommended this video, so it's a shortened version of several other videos and other collateral that's on the website that will give you a lot more detail about Resude and myself. Briefly, having been in your shoes, I was part of the M&A practice for a large Big Four firm during the dot-com days. So I've been on both sides. This is my fourth company, so I've talked to investors. I'm used to doing so in person, so doing this on video is new for me, so please apologize if I don't seem comfortable. Basically everything about me is available in public. You can check linkedin.com. A lot of my publications there, my complete resume, references, and my connections I think will speak most loudly for me. I have the experience. This is my fourth company. I sold my first company when I was just 30 years old to a public company. I need to start to give you guys some differentiators. And I think if you think of one of the first things is we've put in more than 10,000 hours of research. We had more than 20 graduate students involved. These graduate students were led by second to none board of advisors. We really have the who's who of board of advisors, leading thought leaders in this field, of course complemented by our management team. Structure. A lot of time has went into structure. When you're my age and being this is the fourth company and I've seen so much M&A activity, I put a lot of thought into and took a lot of advice from a lot of professionals. So we have a parent company, Resude, and 3 subsidiaries. Resude Academy, which is our educational component. Settle Now, which is our soon-to-be released dispute resolution engine. And Resude Europe. Europe is actually leading the United States. So these were done so with a lot of consideration, how to grow companies and how to give exit strategies to investors. I probably should have started, because the most important thing is the management team. You can see their full bios on our leadership tab at resude.com, but I'm lucky to be surrounded by the best management team possible. Some people consider the term serial entrepreneur to be negative, and it can be, but if you have it and you have experience, you know the way to make it work effectively is surround yourself by best people and more detailed people, and I'm lucky and proud to say that today. We've recently announced our board of directors to complement our board of advisors, and each of these people are very accomplished in their own right and they bring a very diversified set of experiences. Our key theme is disruptive innovation. It's on our videos. There's 2 20-minute interviews that gets into a lot of detail about the industry itself, our products and services, so I'm not going to repeat that today in order to keep this streamlined and keep your interest. Disruptive innovation, why is it needed? Well, we're in an era of time where every major industry and every segment of this economy, for really starting almost 20 years ago, has been affected by the internet. And the legal industry, which isn't traditionally thought as cutting edge from a technology perspective, is one of the industries, and I think even the leading people in the industry would say it's become monolithic. It's much like our education system in this country. Both of these industries have become very monolithic. There was a time, and not too long ago, that the United States led in legal and education industries, meaning we were the model for other countries to base their legal systems or their education systems, or people from foreign countries desire to come here for their education. And the education industry, like the legal industry, is being reinvented, and technology is affecting it through online learning. So if I had to sum up my entire career in a few words, I would say I've been an agent for change most of my entire career, or a title that I used to carry, technology evangelist. And for us to be successful in this disruptive innovation phase, we really have to be evangelists. I preach to my team every day. It's the era to make noise. It's the era to take our message to the market and cause some disruptive innovation. The global economy collapsed worldwide. Europe's actually leading us with requiring mediation, especially in e-commerce transactions. We see mediation growing. We see these forms of alternative dispute resolution growing because the legal industry finally came into the industry about a decade ago. That word alternative drew that line in the sand for the first 30 or 40 years, but now the fastest growing segment of people practicing mediation and arbitration are lawyers and ex-judges. Well, we think what we have is a platform, business model, and a set of services to help them make more money and better serve the public. The public is not demanding these services. That's the biggest problem. Build it, they will come. The 80s baseball movie, no, they're not coming. Our competitors have been out there a little bit ahead of us. We consider that a strategic advantage because we watched them make some mistakes. We watched them go to market with what we consider to be the wrong message. Anyone that knows anything about technology and has as many years of technology experience as I have knows all technology is adopted by vertical industry. Conflicts in the healthcare industry are radically different than the financial services industry, are radically different in divorce. In the end, all three are conflicts. All three have two or more parties, but how you resolve them, how you intake it, how you handle it has subtle nuances. And that's what we built. We built vertical market intake processes. When you see the Settle Now engine, the homepage sample is here on CrowdFunder, you'll see we're tackling it different than any of our competitors by incorporating these vertical markets. We've also watched how does technology get adopted in the market. There's always an educational requirement. In anticipation of that and knowledge of that, we've built Resuit Academy. We have a master's degree, master's certificate program. We have executive education. We have university partners with some of the top 100 universities in this country. And we have a conflict resolution board game. So in summary, why should you invest in Resuit? Well, you should invest because we have a great leadership, great management team, unique business models, and the best technology. Our dispute engine, Settle Now, is going to change this industry. It has a brand that can talk directly to the consumers. It can help build consumer demand. Remember, Facebook started out as a dating site. It's not a dating site today. This is where we see this industry evolve. We think we're going to follow somewhat the way the CRM industry is. I've studied the CRM industry as I've put together this company, and so we're going to follow some of the things that we've learned. Again, look me up on LinkedIn.com. Reach out to some of my connections. Look at my references. What you're going to see is I have proven and referenceable leadership, and I think as an investor, you'd want to do that. I have surrounded myself with the top management team. When we take on this investment, one of the things we're going to do is add to that management team. We're going to go after some patents. We're going to go after some trademarks. And we're going to make a lot of noise, and you're going to fund that. This $3 million approximately gives us a little more than a 12-month burn rate. And during that 12-month, we got some rather ambitious plans, as outlined in the business plan, to make noise and get some key wins. And it also calls for us to take on $15 to $20 million of investment around the first quarter of next year. Please don't let that scare you. It takes a lot, as you probably know as an accredited investor, to build a consumer brand. People always ask me, are we B2C or B2B? And I say both. That scares people. But we're primarily B2C, but we have an obligation to go B2C or to consumer to build the demand. That's something none of our competitors, this industry hasn't done. So please, look at our collateral, take time to look at the videos, visit all of our management team's LinkedIn pages. See all the collateral, view our website. We'd love you to become part of this because this is an emerging technology, and if you're interested, meet us in our negotiation room here as defined by the rules of operation on crowdfunder.com. And let me conclude, be part of a winning plan and a winning business model. Thanks for your time and thanks for your consideration.